What's up guys, and welcome back. So today's a Bass 101. This is slightly focused a bit more at new lure fishermen or very new to bass fishers. And it's going to be sort of broken down between 3 lure types. I'm going to include a 4th, purely because these 3 lure types all work off the one retrieve and work very effectively for bass. So what we'll cover today, we'll cover a jig or a spoon. I've got a plastic, a paddle tail plastic, and I've got a nice hard body. Now all 3 of these techniques work very well on just a slow retrieve. I'll cover it more as I'm fishing with them, but yeah, so we'll get into it and go catch some bass. The 4th one I'm going to cover today is a spinnerbait. Spinnerbaits work at all situations. They work between creeks, they work in impoundments. Mostly for the edge bite, I use them when I'm fishing heavy cover or heavy weed. Some dams like Lake Gregory full of weed, and it's very hard to fish it on anything with an exposed hook. But what we'll quickly go into is with your plastics first. I like to fish them on a 2.5 to 3.5 inch, a 3/8, 3/0 to a 1/8, depending on the water level. Work very well on just a slow roll. Secondary technique for that is just to give it little hops and let it go back down, depending on your depth. Also, they work very well and situational if you want to run them with a weedless or a jig spinner. Second one, spoon or a jig. Punch them out, roll them back nice and slow, and if they get up to you under your kayak, you're on top of a school, just drop it straight back down on top of them, and you can just hop it up and down nice and slowly and wind it back up. Generally you'll get a reaction doing that. Third one, is the hard body. I like anything 60 to 80 mil. Send them out nice and long, slow roll them back, and if you're really struggling or you just want to move spots, just troll it around like that nice 2 to 3 kilometre an hour mark, and they'll catch fish. Yep. So we'll get into it, and I'll run you through these techniques a little bit more in depth as I'm fishing them, and yeah, we'll try and get some good bass on the board today. So yep, get your plastic out nice and far, let it go right down to where you think the bass is sitting. Once it's at that depth, just start giving it that slow roll back. And when it wiggles past their face, generally they'll grab hold of it out of reaction. If you don't think the fish is in it, give it a little twitches and hops if you need to. Like that, and then once you get one in the face of one of them, just loosen up, touch them. Usually do this on 10 to 12, but I'm running 6 pound because I was fishing for brim. I don't think he feels that big, so, well actually, he's a donkey. Oh, he might even go 50. It's a good fish. Just like I was saying, so throw your plastic out, get it to the depth, like I'm coming over a school now. Get it to the depth that you want to fish, where you think the fish are at, and from there just roll it back through the school. Nice slow pace. And that's all you got to do. There we are. That guy there. That's on, I'm actually using one of Simon Carter's jig heads. I think that's the swim one on a sickle hook. And that's a Shanley's, I believe. So the local guys. local guys gear coming through today with that big bass. Yeah. So with your crankbaits, send them out nice and long, crank them down to that depth, and then just roll them back and feel for those bites. That's all you need to do. Yep, there we are. Just like that, as I was saying. So roll him up through the school. Feels like a good fish too. And they're not afraid to hit bigger lures. That's why I like bass. You can throw some bigger lures. The bigger lure, you will weed out those smaller fish when you're doing it. Come on. There we go. Here's another good one. Another good one. As you can see, it's quite a large, bigger lure. And bass don't mind taking those big lures. So you can really weed out some smaller fish if you're not too afraid to throw those larger lures. Smoothing your spoon or your jig, send him out just like you would your plastic. Let him go down to the depth where you think the fish are. And once he's there, then you can just slow roll him back. Exactly the same as the plastic or the hard body. The technique is exactly the same. It's just with the jig, fishing deeper water, you'll get down a lot faster. And your hard body, if it only fishes at sort of that one level. So with your spoon and your jig, you fish a bit deeper, just like that. So that's a good fish, good run. Now just coming over that school. I was just about to explain the second part of the technique. If you get on top of a school and the jig comes all the way back to you, it does pay just to send it back down, straight drop back down below you and hop it up with little pauses as you wind it up. Feels like another good fish. It's been a good day so far. As long as it's not a catfish. She's been plaguing me lately. I haven't really talked much about gear, but most of the gear I use for bass is, big caddy with him. Can you see that? Oh, caddy's gone. Caddy's trying to steal the lure out of his mouth. So see, there's big caddies down there that are plaguing me at the moment. Oh, that's another good fish. Wait, saddle. So gear that I usually use for bass is 1 to 4 kilo and 1,000 to 2,500 size reels. Now, I found a sort of a good balance with mine. I run the ×8 TAS line, and it's 0.06, I think it is. It's the same thickness as 6-pound braid, but it's got that 12-pound breaking strain. It says, he's only just hooked there in the lip, that jig. He'd be another good one. He'd be high 40. So yeah. Oh, yeah. doing? Getting that out of the way. When holding bass, grab them by the thumb. They don't need to have lip grips. They don't have teeth. Support their belly nice like that. Come on, stick your fin up for me. There you are. Don't hold them. Try and support their belly so they can. You don't hurt their gills. Too bad. Oh. Oh. Thought so. The old dead sticky is another good method you can use if you need to. Just drop a plastic, a vibe. I'm using the spoon at the moment. When in doubt, dead sticky. I was just drifting over that school. Thought I saw my rod tap. It's like that. So impoundment bass are heaps of fun once you find the schools. He's not as big. Well guys, that's it for today. I came out to do what I wanted to do. Caught a fish over each 3 technique. Hopefully I explained all those techniques right and you take something away from it, especially if you're new to bass fishing, new to lure fishing, and you just want to get down to the impoundment to chase bass. I particularly like to fish the edges, purely because you get a good chance of bycatch with yellow belly and Saratoga. But I came out just to fish the schools today, just to get the techniques out of the way and show the easiest way to do it. If you don't have a sounder, hopefully you've got a mate who does, so you can sound those schools. But if not, those techniques will work just as well up on the edge. I like the edge just purely because you're fighting them around structure and the chance of a bycatch. So as always, like, subscribe. If you have any questions, shoot me a message and I'll answer it as best I can. I hope I answered most of the questions that I get asked today. And until next time, have fun and I'll catch you around. Cheers.